Speaking of way better.
You know what's way better? Yeah, go ahead. That was good. We had the same segue.
So, you ever seen a dude with a beard lift off, basically do a weightlifting competition against a trans lifter? I don't know. Maybe I have. Maybe the beard makes you better. Ask Chris.
So like I said, today's episode is all over the fucking place. Like I don't know what happened in the world.
I don't know what we were talking about.
But the mass distraction is here, and I kind of find it hilarious. This bearded man smashes women's weightlifting record that was previously held by a trans lifter.
I love how badass they emphasize bearded.
So
bearded man.
Yeah, he's got a beard. I'll give it to him.
Instead of saying man smashes women's record by trans lifter, they straight up
bearded man.
Bearded man.
Yeah. It's just he's a beard. He's a man with a beard. So needless to say, this is in Canada, and the previous record for women's weightlifting was done or held by. Can you go up? Avi Silverberg. That's the girl on the right, which is a transgender weightlifter. She came into the gym and previously just dominated the women's records in weightlifting. Well, then come along this coach, this guy on the left. He was a coach for the Ontario Weightlifting Association. It's got a better name, but I can't think of it. And he, for the sake of this competition, identified as a female. And you do not have to check any boxes. You just, male, female. You just need to check the box. There's no oversight. There's no regulation. There's no one that is going to. It is against the rules to question their status. So for the sake of this competition,
how dare you gender assume, P? Were you
the bearded man identified as a woman? Went in and just beat the record by over 100 pounds. Bench pressed, it says 210 pounds or something. It's ridiculous.
All these women are just sitting here just like.
So
first the trans woman comes in, smashes it. They're like, what the fuck? And then some dude comes in. Is like,
then dude goes, yeah. Well, here's the hypocrisy though. The Avi Avi is the head coach. The other lady on the right, Andre, I don't know. I can't the name of them. They were really upset that someone came in and smashed the record.
Oh,
and if you can actually go down the rabbit hole, for us, Wink.
What the fuck?
The weightlifter who had previously had the record puts on an Instagram post about how it's malicious and it goes against women.
He's like, sup fuckers. Just wondering why men feel like they could come in here and take out what we've been working so hard for so long.
Yeah, that's pretty much
right, ladies.
So, who's with me? Yeah.
What are these strong, independent women are with me too?
So
after he just did this, they just did the same fucking thing.
Yeah, right there. So Andre's posted a series of lengthy videos. You want to click on that one?
There's science, whatever. It's like maybe my participation in this doesn't make sense either.
Yeah. I want to get the Instagram. Yeah, there we go. Okay, it's not this one. This
is the dude from the Helios Ranch.
Stop. Stop. That's an inside joke only you, me, and Chris are gonna get. Wink's gonna get it. Okay, so not this video. So can you go to her page?
Oh, piece of shit. It's Friday. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everybody.
It's the one in the glasses. The one in the glasses on the right. Yep. This is the one I watched. And then it's muted there on the bottom. Yeah. So yeah.
Reached out to me asking what I think needs to be done in the CPU, APU, with the situation with that one lifter claiming to be trans just to get those medals and setting records and all that stuff. Here's the problem.
Thank you.
You shouldn't really be asking me because I ultimately, weird thing to say, I come from a place of privilege, which, like I said, is weird to say. You
White
got to
people.
keep in mind, I transitioned almost 20 years ago. I got all of my papers done. I have my passport. I got surgery. I can prove without any doubt whatsoever that I have gone through every step. A couple of people have reached out to me asking.
Oh, it's a series of vidges. Okay.
Oh yeah,
Which
this goes.
means
We can't. No.
Oh, I
whenever
want to watch it all.
It's oh my god.
So I quote,
The distraction.
part of the thing says it may not be fair. Can we back up the article? I just want to put this out here for those of you who are like, "Fuck Rob."
To the
He's
where? To the
canceled.
article we were on?
Yeah, the article we were just on
The
because
bearded one just left of this tab.
Raw lifts, and I quote, "Maybe my participation isn't necessarily fair. You know, there's science, whatever."
Is that this guy or is this which guy is this though?
Andrus Pussyling calling him a cowardly and a bigot.
Oh
So
yeah,
this is the
yeah,
person,
it's this guy. Yeah, it's this guy. Yeah. This
Person.
This person. Yep.
This person here, yeah, completely did the same thing to women. It's fucked up. So it's like it'd be like if we get a female president and it was fucking Obama switches sides, and now it's like, oh,
Hey, the first black and the first
black
woman
female
president.
president. It's like, well, what about
Yeah.
all the fucking women who've been trying forever? Like, are we just
Yeah.
gonna skip? Like, women have been fighting for women's rights forever, and now dudes once again, come in
I'm
and
gonna
take their
save all my.
jabs.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that I would say with a fucking an Alexander Keats in my hand around a
Yeah,
bonfire
last
that
night
I'm
when we were
not
drinking, we were
that
a
I'm
little bit
not
more
gonna say that because it's just like there's a lot of great fucking women out there, and it's just there's just men out there thinking they can do it better.
strong, independent women.
So I'm just
who've been
it's
doing lifting weights for fucking decades.
my wife, like this is where it's like I really can't really hold my opinion because it's like I'm not a woman. I don't
Good for her.
identify as a woman. But like when it's like maybe it's just me, but the women in my life can't stand this shit. Like they don't care what men are doing and when women are doing. Like I don't give a fuck what you're doing, but you're destroying everything that women have worked so much for since the fucking 60s, the 50s and 60s,
Literally,
even before
man.
that. But it's like, oh yeah, woman of the year, a man is a man. Like it's
A white man.
we got to change subjects because like I don't want to get in trouble. I'm not trying to be mean, but it's just
Isn't
like
it
there's a
sad
lot
that
of
we're in a day
incredible
and
women in
age
my
that
life. There's a lot of
you'll get in
incredible women.
trouble
Yeah.
for your opinion.
Yeah.
We could potentially have sponsors drop us.
Yeah. Tubbuds don't have any sponsors.
Oh yeah, luckily. Yeah.
So I don't know. I like it's not that I don't want to be informed and stuff because I do want to be informed. I don't want to live in a shell. But it's like, holy crikey, man!
I just don't think this
what
news
is going on.
It's fun for us to talk our shit and to goof off on Top Buds, but this should not be dominating people's day-to-day lives because this does not affect your home at all. This does not affect your family. This does not affect your income. Nothing. But it sure does affect your psyche.
Well, you want to know what?
A lot of this shit just
that
every day.
Oh, what's her name? The swimmer that had the transgender, like the Olympian broke the record or won the gold and stuff, but they actually tied, but it was like I'm trying to think Brittany. I'm trying to think. Yeah, Leah Thomas is the transgender swimmer that was a mediocre swimmer as a man, but then when transition became the top swimmer as a female. But the lady that she beat spoke out about that. It was like, well, it sucks, I actually tied her, like we tied in the race, but they only had one gold medal, and then had to give the gold medal to Leia rather than Riley Gaines.
Hit way harder to give it to a trans woman.
And then look at this. This is the article I saw this morning. Riley Gaines ambushed by trans activists who, all I saw was footage of her being just berated. This is the swimmer that's opened up publicly about what it feels like being a woman in women's sports, being dominated by transgender men.
Fuck, Jumbo Golf Pimp over here has a brilliant idea. Why don't we have a transgender Olympics? We got a special Olympics.
Yeah, I totally agree.
You don't see like the strongest fucking kid with Down syndrome out here competing in wrestling and fucking the regular Olympics.
No, and
then they're like, hey, he identifies as a person without handicap. You know what I'm saying? Like it's strange that you could just tell someone that you have a different advantage or
what's the movie with Adam Sandler? No, with Johnny Knoxville where he pretends to be a handicapped
the
Olympian.
ringer.
Yeah, the ringer. Yeah, I feel like that's just happening in real life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where it's like they're just taking advantage of a system, you know?
It's fucked up, man. And it's like, this is where, like, regardless of how you feel, if you truly identify as whatever you want to identify, you should still have ethics that knowing common fucking sense, if you have respect for the other gender, that what you're doing is taking away from that side. It really is. Like, regardless of your personal opinion, for a woman who's tried so long or a man who's tried so whatever, if you switch sides and skip past decades and decades and decades of going through whatever struggles that side, probably not men would have, but it's fucked up in my eyes, man. I don't care what you do at home at all. It's totally your thing. Or even out in fucking public if you're walking around and you're
I
switch
grew
sides,
up
whatever.
I grew up with a guy that identified as a woman, and he was awesome. You know what? I referred to her as she. I'm not going to say her name, but like she was awesome, man. She was we seen her around. Like it was always just normal. You know what I mean? That was a decision that he had made to identify as a woman, and he was she was one of the kindest, wholehearted. She didn't get upset. You know what I mean? Like it was just like not one way or the other, but it was just like we didn't look at her any different than really anyone else. It's like,
was she competing in the Canadian?
No, and she didn't.
Canadian Olympics.
She didn't she didn't try to step on anyone's toes. You know what I mean? She just wanted to fit in like everyone else, and we had no problem treating her like anyone else. She didn't have demands. She did no more than anyone else, and it was just easy to include her. And but when I look at what's happening online and I haven't spoken to her in years, but I imagine she'd be appalled by this.
Dude, it ruins it for people like that as well. People who've decided to transition and live those lives, because now there's a fucking magnifying glass put on them, and now it's like your people are fucking it. You know what I'm saying? It's like just really is a stupid thing.
She'd be shaking her head at this for sure. It's just
how are these competitions so afraid to be fucking canceled that they can't just say, "Hey, do you have documentation?"
Yeah, there was just a few years ago where it's like if a guy pulled up on a female court. They wasn't there Russia? Wasn't there
Russia?
Wasn't there?
Remember that?
Remember that whole country? Wasn't there Olympics? They tried to pass, maybe it was Germany, but they tried to pass off men as females in like a basketball competition or something, and it was against the rules. Well, now it's not. Now it's not against rules. So I'm pretty sure this is a legitimate event.
I just think that when it comes to competition, you shouldn't allow, unless it's a mixed gender competition. Well, god damn it, you shouldn't allow mixed genders. And I know it sounds like segregation as I said it out loud, but it's a physical competition. This isn't like a spelling bee or a fucking singing contest. I wouldn't be like, whoa, American Idol, whoa. That dude's chest was larger, so he could sing deeper before he trained. Like that's no, but physical, like this is science. This is science. If you grew up as a man, you're probably gonna have a little bit more strength, physical strength, not mental, not emotional, ladies.
Yeah, but not all men are gonna be stronger, but generally, our bones are bigger.
I mean, we know Jeff.
We're taller, Jeff. We're taller. You know. Anyways, that's the story. It just seems to be a crazy week in the news. We were live Monday, and none of this shit happened.
No, everything was fine.
And then all of a sudden, it was just like, boom.
You remember back when things were normal on Monday?
Yeah, man. Monday was
God. We were just talking
much better
about
time back then.
Government taking over the world and fucking sketchiness like that. Now we got to deal with like, hey, is this bearded guy really a bearded guy?
Now I can't even drink beer anymore.
Fucking shit, man.
What a day! But that's a Friday. That's a Friday, and we pass the question off to you, whether it's this story or anything in between. What's your opinion? You know, we're always open for conversation. Unlike some people that immediately resort to violence and trying to slap people. But
Yeah,
we do
we almost got in a fist fight last night over this
we
with another person
do.
playing with us.
Well, no, somebody in the comment was like, "Dude, on the left, I can't say for sure, but homeboy on the right, I would slap the shit out of, no problem."
I
And
think
it's
it
like,
was probably talking about when we had like we've got
oh,
the bearded man and Chris Cyborg to the right.
Well, we. It's not unusual that someone comes in and tells us the one on the
They
left
don't
or one on
realize
the
I'm the
right.
shorter one.
Significantly.
Like, what the
Okay,
fuck?
I had Wink lift us up a little bit, but
What the fuck?
look at him way up. Look at him way down there. Anyways, yeah, no, we try not to resort to violence. We try to like have a conversation around here, and it's important. You know, we might be way out to left field, but that's only because we've been given the
Some
information
would
that's
say
in
way out
front
to
of us.
right field according to YouTube chats, but
Right, left, sure. Yeah, but it is what it is, you know. We had both identify as fact-telling reporters. We've got about 75 years of experience between the both of us,
and Wink add Wink into it.
Oh,
It's like
109
fucking years.
You're right, 109 years of collective
100
experience
fucking years
when
man.
it comes to reporting. So we know what we're talking about. All right.